All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Goof on Tonight. It's Monday, February 26th, 2024. How are ya, huh? How you doing? You doing good? All right. Tonight, we've got a really good show. It's a beautiful one. I mean, who are we going to know what to talk about? Spirits, demons. I know, no. It's not what you think. Free will. This is the threat that they were telling us about. This is it. Has nothing to do with flying in our airspace with impunity. It has nothing to do with everybody being in danger from those dirty UAP UFOs unknowns. It has nothing to do with disclosure. It has everything to do with money. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. You may recognize me from such shows as And Also, and Never Forget. That's right. I don't remember either. There we go. Yeah, everything's working a little bit better tonight. I was going to start the show like this. Oh, well, I better not play. Tomorrow I'm going to start off a little bit. I'm going to try something interesting. I'm just going to appear out of thin air. You'll see. Yeah, I was supposed to shave this off, and I was convinced not to, but I'm gonna do it. There's no way I want to keep it anymore. I'm done. And I'm going to be getting some sun, so we'll look healthy again. God, did I just age 10 years in the last year? I did, didn't I? 10 years in 1 year. That's when you hit the wall. That's when your looks start going backwards. Yeah, that's happening right now. That sucks. I didn't want to get old. You can't beat it. I made it this far. It's about as far as most people go. 55, 60, and then it's all downhill. Yeah, you can age gracefully and all that, whatever you want to call it. All men can age. I just see the dyslexia. Men can age more gracefully than women. Well, there's a reason that happens. It's biological, because women have more fat and men have more muscle. So when you age over time and those fat cells don't rejuvenate the same way, you kind of get more wrinkles than men do, because we didn't have that much fat on our face, our body, our loins. So we didn't have that many bags. Sorry, it's the truth. It's the way it is. If you want to not have those wrinkles, ladies, start working out, get thin and trim, stay in shape, eat good foods. What do you want from me? I didn't come here to tell you that. All right, let's get started with a little roll call, everybody. Welcome to the show. God, why'd I have to start off that way? You know, I had a whole nice little thing to say about the weekend, and I blew it all with stupid talk. All right. Ben, welcome to the show. How you doing? John Hunsley, welcome to the show. That sucks. Toothache, and I don't know what piles are, but I would imagine bathroom. Welcome to the show. Hope you feel better. Hopkinson, welcome to the show. Hopkinson, I hope I said that right. Bug-eyed, welcome to the show. Hey, put in the chat room. I want to know where some of you are coming from. Are you out of the country? Are you in another state? I've got a lot of newbies here. Welcome, that UFO chick. Hey, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Samo Goofonian Rockstar. Welcome to the Paula Faust. Hi, Paula. I don't know. I have to say it that way. Welcome, Alfie Joe Bob. What's up, AJB? There he is, Marcel Goofonian Metalhead. Welcome to the show. Hello, Stardust. How you doing today? Welcome to the show. Joey. How you doing, Joe? Huh? All right. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. Brookies, how you doing? What's up, man? Talk normal? Okay, I'll talk normal. Zach Diecast Mansour, welcome to the show. Busby, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Fantastic. Yeah, this is my own voice. It sure is. It's my radio voice. All right, let's get started. We do a lot of flapping our lips. Hey, speaking, Flubber Lips, Flubber Lane. I'm joking. What's up, Flubber Lane? Good to see you. Really, it is. It's a pleasure. The pleasure's all here. Gyro, Gyro. Welcome to the Beats and Tapes. Welcome to the show. Beats and Tapes. Sky Allen. Calling Sky Allen. Hey. Welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis, the EW version, the best version I know. And you're still, there you are. Hey. Glenn Collins is here. Welcome, GC. Alexander Dansby. Welcome to the show. I know, I do that every now and then. Let's get started. Every now and then we go a little long on the intros, and everybody's like, can you just get to the show? I took 2.5 minutes off of the original, the intro I was using. You know the one, 10, 9, 8, and you're like, hurry up. Right? 3.5 minutes I would give myself. That's why sometimes you see me rushing around, because I'm used to having 3.5 minutes. Now I only have a minute and 10 seconds or so. All right. So I expect we're going to have a little bit of, well, controversy, of course. I don't know, man. Let's just get started. Look, I want to show you a video not to scare you, just to show you how quickly life can change in a second. Just in a split second, your whole life can be turned upside down, and you literally have no choice. There's nothing you could have done. We're going to start off with something like has nothing to do with UFOs, just getting you ready for what tonight's going to be like.
Something like this can happen in a blink of an eye.
What are you going to do? You have no chance. Couldn't avoid it. And things like that happen. However, ufology doesn't work like that. There's no reason why we cannot have disclosure. There's no reason, well, let me rewind that. There's plenty of reasons why we don't have disclosure. And we pay the government to keep those secrets and those things aside. Why? Because of this. We don't have any free will. They're demons, spirits, and they don't know what to do, how to do it. Here's what we need in ufology. No, we don't need an astrophysicist. No. We don't need more cameras. We got enough of them. No, not a tripod, although everybody needs one. A priest. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? You see why? Do you see why they have the largest land telescope over in, what is it? Where do they live? Where does the Pope live? Vatican City. Now you know why. Because they're demons or something. So it makes you wonder. Some people out there, before I get deep, I have to say, if you want to help support the show, you can do that. I see here Country Girl gifted 5 goof on membership. Did you do that the other day? Somebody else? Was that you? Well, this is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So those of you who got the Country Girl gifted memberships, you are now a member of Truthology for Ufology, and you came at a good time. Wow, thank you, Country Girl. That's huge. I hope you guys use them wisely. You can help support the show that way. You could become a member on your own. All the links are in the show description. Help support Truthology for Ufology. It is what we do. Nobody does it better. There are people who are trying, but you know, they have their own, they got to do things their way, you know, without telling you the truth. So we don't live in fantasy land here. Thank you, country girl. Aussie Tiger, see? Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Aussie Tiger, a continuing supporter of Goof On, throwing down an $8 super dono. And for those of you who don't know what a dono is, it's a donation with no emoji sticker or comment. It's pure love when there's nothing, just like this. It's the best. Thank you, Aussie Tiger, throwing it down at the beginning of the show. Thank you for being everywhere with Goof On, man. Nobody supports Goof On more than you. Except this person, I think, Jeanette Angel, throwing down the black hearts tonight. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. £5, £5 super dono with the black hearts. It's spades here at Goof On. I'm a little worried about that, but yet it's still love. Jeanette is the angel of Goof On. No way, those... I see red now. Now they're red. See? Just changed on me. Thank you. I have nothing, Jeanette. I'm trying to come up with something original. Jeanette is a continuing supporter of Goof On. Catherine Jones throwing down a £5, £5 super dono. Is this the dono world? Thank you very much for doing the dono. My voice gets higher when I get excited. I'm sorry. For me, it's still weird being on the recipient end of these things. Receiving end? Recipient? Thank you, Catherine Jones. CJ throwing it down with the love. See? I was waiting. Hold on, let's see. Oh, no! People are complaining? Is that over on Twitter? We've got people watching over on Twitter. All right. Thank you, Catherine Jones. I'm glad you're here tonight and continuing supporting the show. Thank you for supporting Goof On. And Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian, absolutely the best numbers in town, 420. That's £4, 20 quid, or something like that, right? Is that how you guys say it? £4, 20 cent? 4 quid? It's pure love again. There's so much love. I just can't even get back to what we were talking about because the love is just amazing. We usually get love in the beginning of the shows for those of you who are new here. And then throughout the show, it's more random, every 30 minutes or so. So thank you for supporting the show, Ben. As always, you're in the family. All these people who donated can't leave the family. You're in it until further notice. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Hey, Bernie, throwing it down too. Adding more love to the already super dono family. Bernie Muro, a continuing supporter as well. I'm trying to get my boot on tighter. There we go. The boot I'm wearing has a little, like an air thing. You can pump it up. It's like a Michael Jordan thing. Can you see it? I can't. I'm lifting up my leg. I almost showed the goods. Well, you can look right up the shorts. Yeah, thank you very much, Bernie Muro, for the $2. I'm so used to saying £2, 2 quid from my UK friends. Thank you very much, Bernie. Pure love, part of the family, can't leave ever. It's beautiful, beautiful. That's how we love here at Goof On. From memberships to donations, to just being here, hitting the like, share, and subscribe buttons, which, I'm not one of those hosts that demand, hey, don't forget to hit that damn, you hit it. I know you guys know it's there. So, if you don't want to hit the thumbs up button and you want to hear something crazy, I know it's hard to believe because usually at the show, this is like a core group of people that meet here. But my analytics tell me that throughout the replay and people watching it, 70% of the people that watch the show aren't subscribers. Let's try to get 5 new subscribers every night just from the show. See if you guys remember to do that. And don't forget to hit the all notifications if you can. if you have all notifications turned off on your cell phone, you won't get any notifications. So make sure they're both notifications are on the computer and on the cell phone. That's why some of you don't get notifications. And we're shadow banned. So, I mean, there goes that. You know why you get shadow banned in this community? When you're telling the truth. That's when they shadow ban you. I'm not going to get into it. Everybody is. It's not just me. But the whole community is telling the truth lately. Everybody's upset. Everybody's getting shadow banned. Everybody's talking about it. It's not just goof on. We were one of the first, but now everybody is doing everything they can to try to get subscribers because we're being hidden. Why? It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Yet Jaime Maussan and our government can play like, they've got UFO materials and bodies and evidence and lie to us, but we are not allowed to tell the truth. Oh, okay. So just know this. If somebody's shadow banned, you might want to sit down and listen to what they're saying for a minute. Alfie Joe Bob, thank you for the $5 super dono. Is that another one? You just threw that down. Yeah, thank you very much. Pure love. Right there. Boom. AJB. Thank you. Can't leave the family either. Valerian the Mac the Third. Where are you? How are you, man? Welcome. Thomas Williams. Welcome, welcome. SL. All right. Mario's Taco. Let's get back to the show. Hold on. My air conditioner, it was 78 today, and my air conditioner is on the fritz because the thermostat has to be changed. Have the thermostat, they said it's easy to install. I've done it before, but this is the guy who lived here before was an electrician and did something to the wiring of this, and it's been a nightmare. So I don't have any heat. It's literally 80 degrees. Which isn't too bad, but it's 80 in here. Yeah, usually I like it at 77, 76-ish. So, all right. And usually in the winter, 72 is normal, but 76 is where I've been, so I just keep it there. So your life can change in a second, and we wonder, why can't we ever see any good UFO footage, right? Where is it? Not everything happens in a blink of an eye. We have time to react. My thing is, where are the good videos? It's very difficult to find. And then when we see it on any website or wherever, we may be looking at a legitimate UFO, but what do we always say? It's fake. Can't be real. No way. It's impossible. I know it. We're in a very strange place right now. Everything and the new balloons now, they're popping up over the country again. Look, they're going to shoot down this balloon. No, this isn't that. It's not China. Sure it is. Sure it is. Somebody made a comment yesterday in the chat room, and I agreed with them. I don't know who it was. I forget. But they said China is moving into the country and they're buying all the land around the nuclear, like not right next to our military locations, but close enough. And they're buying up all of this shit. I think they're the ones sending over the balloons. And even though we're told, no, it was launched all the way from Taiwan. It took then it went to Alaska, took and then it curved all the way down with the winds. Okay. If you say so. I'm not quite sure. We don't ever know. They're 80,000 to 100,000 feet up. And they get caught in some updraft and they just, people start looking up. They're like, what the hell is that thing? And they see this balloon looking, let me see. I think I have one here. As a matter of fact, I think I got this from Amy. She posts some good stuff lately on X. But this one I wanted to show. We did the members show yesterday. It was really good. It's not Amy. It was, what's his name? Stephen Greenstreet. But check it out. This is what's going on. More often now than we've ever known before. I've got one of these on video. I've showed you guys before. So, yeah. U.S. military currently tracking unidentified high-altitude balloon over Colorado. Officials say it's not a threat, but its origin and purpose are still unknown. Last February, a giant Chinese spy balloon, pictured below, flew over America. Yeah, this is it last year. Amy has the one, I believe the newer one, which kind of looks like that one. But just clearer. Where is it? Hey, I heard Taylor Swift broke up with Travis Kelce. Is that true? How could that be? How could that be? What did he do to her? No. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. This is bizarre. Oh, there it is. I thought I lost it. Here it is. So look at this video, or this picture I have up here for you. And now, let me bring you over to the one that was posted. Nope, never mind. Never mind. It's last year. Nobody's showing the picture of the one from this year. I thought they were showing us this year's balloon. Again, here it is, another post. Yep, they're saying the same exact thing, but nobody has a picture of it. Well, the fact, I'm going to read this from you. This comes from the average Chris. This is what, I just have to read it. Just check it out. The facts are as follows. Let me bring it up so you can maybe follow along if you want. Let's see what he's saying here. The facts are as follows. UFOs have been proven to be either misidentified human tech, a variety of balloons, weather phenomena, airborne clutter, or unidentified objects due to low information zones. Nothing has been close to extraterrestrial or alien and has been investigated and stated numerous times. There is no government cover-up of UFOs, alien bodies, or anything displaying life from outside of this planet. Everyone who keeps entertaining these conspiracy theories are out of touch with reality. You've got people in this arena that promote fake videos, conspiracy theories, inflating their backgrounds for credibility or other backgrounds to seem relevant, to help promote books, podcast appearances, guest appearances on shows. This place is an echo chamber of different people telling the same old tales with anonymous sources that have zero evidence to verify their claims. Absolutely, unbelievably. It's true. You have ex-intel officers / agents who have been compromised by these ideas, pushed into them by the same old activists that have been in ufology for decades. And yet, everyone in the community puts these individuals on a pedestal who continuously fail to deliver. Absolutely. Everyone complains about the stigma for decades and yet ignores exactly why there is a stigma. There's a reason former intel officers are pushed out of the IC. They're compromised, and like we've seen with Grush and others involved with UAPTF, they're willing to leak potentially classified videos to UFO activists when they can simply be explained away, and they have. There is a reason these quote-unquote whistleblowers haven't gone to AARO. They know AARO will expose them. Investigations under Dr. Kirkpatrick prove that. So Grush and others have held off, tried to backdoor them by going to Congress and politicians, and now threaten to release information to the public. These individuals live in a fantasy land. Oh my God. Thank God somebody listens to us and actually writes down everything we talk about. This is amazing. See? People, they're coming along. They're understanding. They're on board. We want evidence, not fantasy land stories, people. Where's the evidence? I don't have it. I've got things I can't explain. I don't know what they are, but they're probably not alien. I don't have any evidence. Nobody does. I may have the best compilation of bullshit that has ever been seen by the public, but it doesn't prove anything. And that makes me a little sad. Because all that work, it's not for nothing, but it is. It is. And at least we learned a lot about what not to say is a UFO. That's what I've learned. All right, back to this. 2 paragraphs left. These individuals live in fantasy land. I know. And anyone willing to release or even purchase classified information that could potentially threaten the national security of this nation to fulfill their weird fantasies are not heroes. Yahoo! They're threats to those who are trying to keep the technological advantage against our foreign adversaries. Because don't be mistaken, war with China or Russia is inevitable, and it will happen soon. With that said, this community is a playground for the CIA, as individuals have proven that the government doesn't need to psyop anyone. You do it to yourselves. And people are willing to betray their oaths to play in fantasy land instead of coming to terms with reality. It's not alien tech. It's human innovation. I said that all last week. I'm telling you, that is just not a coincidence. That's from the average Chris on X. I'm really satisfied. That was like eating a meal. I'm satisfied with that. A good meal. He said all the talking points we bring up here all the time. It's us. 100 crashed, over 100 crashed UFO retrievals. Over 100. So you mean to tell me you think that those are alien ships that are crashing because of some sort of technology we have here on Earth? It's like, what would they say was making them crash? It was something having to do with radar. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, because I don't. I really don't. All over the world, 100. Come on, that's our tech. That's us playing with the, not putting anybody into danger. Maybe they did in Roswell, put a couple of monkeys or chimps in there, but that's why the fingers looked different, because they were probably chimps, and they probably got radiated to death. Who knows? I think they were chimps, and they put little helmets on them and everything, probably, right? That's why they had little coffins and not big coffins. Chimps. Right? But Fantasyland, same words we say here, same verbiage. This person is definitely a fan of Goof On. He said the same thing. They're betraying their oath, which is true. They're betraying their government. Even though they talk to Dobser, I don't care. You're still a bitch. You're still a little weasel. And you're not a real whistleblower, Grush. Grush is the worst. The worst. Not a hero. How can you be a hero when you didn't put your life at risk? When you didn't do anything damaging? You didn't make anybody admit to anything. Excuse me, my God. You didn't do anything of the sort. Nothing. A whistleblower puts fear in the government. A whistleblower doesn't go to the government and say, is it okay if I say these things real quick? They're going to call me a whistleblower, but we all know it's hearsay. So what can I say? Okay. Okay. Alien by pilots. But we've said all this before. All right, I'll say it again. Pilot. Crashed. Hidden. Got it. Good. And don't talk to who? Corbell. Corbell thinks he's talking to me. I allow him to talk to me. He is my, hey, Corbell, how you doing? Didn't see you standing there. I'm about to go talk to Congress. What's that? Come with you where? To the bathroom? What for? Little nose candy? What are we doing? Why do you want to take me to the bathroom? Holy crap. Why is George Knapp naked in the bathroom? Why are you naked now? All right, I'm naked. I like all this. They're getting it. People are seeing it now and saying it. Oh, God. And it's got a lot of positive reviews. People are finally starting to turn. They're getting it. They're getting it. Fantasyland. Putting their life on the line. Are you kidding me? They just betrayed their oath. They should be in prison. Jail. Capiche? Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's get on to the next goof. Why? I forgot to play this 2 days ago. I must play it. This is great. This is great. Oh, I love it. Anything about Lou is just gold. Terry Lovelace discussed an incident where he was with the Lou Elizondo, and they were apparently, get this, buzzed by a big military helicopter while walking to Lou's car after dinner at a Mexican restaurant. Wow. My goodness, they must be really watching these guys tight. I mean, to be that obvious, to fly right over them. Woo! That must have been intimidating. Oh, I can't tell you how many military helicopters have flown over me during my lifetime. Probably 1,000. Depends on where you live, you yodel. Yeah, listen to the joke. What a joke. Terry Lovelace.
Lou is, his ancestry, he's Cuban. So he liked the food. It was similar to what he grew up with. And we had a nice meal. It was Lou and his cameraman, me and a friend, and we had a great meal, great conversation. And I'm walking him out to his car.
He grabbed my junk.
We're all kind of in a little group, and he's in a black Suburban, and his cameraman was about to put a key in the door or open the door to the car, and a large military helicopter. We heard it before we saw it.
Yeah, usually you do hear helicopters before you see them, Lovelace. Very, very good. You have ears that are still working at 90.
Flew over us by maybe 110 feet.
Give me a break. They can't fly that low unless they're going to be landing next door to you. They have to be over 1,000 feet. They can't be under that. What a liar. What a joke.
Doing like, I don't know, 100 miles an hour or something. It was just whoosh.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely for Lou Elizondo. They timed it perfectly as you walked outside that Mexican restaurant. Oh, yeah, Lou probably sent up smoke signals with his big fat ass. Yeah, after that Mexican-Cuban meal. And, oh, there's Lou. All right, let's go over there. Hey, watch out for the stink cloud from Lou. Give me a break.
And
God, I hate lies.
It was a great ending.
All right, maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he's over-exaggerating 100 feet. You know the wind that would be blowing down from that thing? Come on, Terry.
Because Lou didn't see one at my house, but at the restaurant he saw one go up the street, and he just kind of looked at me and went, because...
Do you know how many black sedans are in the world? Listen to this. This is so stupid. Listen, look at how Lou tries to gaslight people that he has dinner with, making them think he's special. Oh, that helicopter, did you see that? Mm-hmm. Oh, that car up the street was black. Did you see how it turned around? It made a U-turn, Lou? Mm-hmm. It's all about me.
Kind of looked at me and went,
oh, they want to feel... Why do they want to make Lou Elizondo feel special? Why do they want to be around this guy? I'll interview him, but I don't want to be around him. I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid I'll catch that disease. What do they call it? I don't know. But I don't want it. All right, let's now. Don't you love it? Do you love ufology or what? Put a 1 in the chat room if you actually love ufology. I'd like to know if you do. I want to see 1s. Do you really love ufology? 1, yes, 2, no. Do you love it? I love it. And I hate it. So what do I do? 1/2. Is that you? Couple of 1s. Bernie, Busby, Metalhead with a 2. 2030, what is that? Chris V's like me, 50-50. That's a good way to put it. Good way to put it. RAP, what's up with a 1? Glenn Collins with a 1-1. Jeanette with a 1. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette just sent in a PayPal. Thank you for being you and all you do. And I can't believe it. Thank you very much. Very generoso, Jeanette. Jeanette, the angel of Goofon, throwing it on PayPal. PayPal preferred at that. Thank you. Because you know how YouTube, they take 40%. But thank you very much. Look at all the 1s, 1.5s. Ben, SL with a 1. What's up, Great Snafu? Mario's Taco. Love saying it. Simon Fly is blocked. Yep. Simon Fly has a very bad reputation for Goofon. So that's why Simon Fly is blocked. If Simon Fly wants to apologize and say he'll never do any mean shit again, that'll be great. All right, I'm going to play this video. I want you to listen to this because this is Brian Bender. You all know who he is, right? If you don't, now you will. Explains how the entire UFO whistleblower controversy, including Grush, is really just a comedy of errors from a bad game of telephone. Okay, so David Grush hears a lot of stories from Greer, Jay Stratton, Jeremy Corbell, other people in the community, other people in military. For a couple of years, he was hearing all these stories. No evidence to back any of it up. I mean, yeah, there was reallocation of funds and some things that were really sketchy by the government. Of course, that's par for the course with our government. It comes as no surprise to anyone in the UFO community that that money would be reallocated illegally to black budget programs or whatever. Of course, it's par for the course. Of course. Listen to this. So they hear these stories and they get like the game of telephone. Let's see if that's what he actually means, though. I want to hear what he thinks is going on. My eyes.
And when I say I don't think there's evidence of these claims, we don't know what these secret programs were. We don't know where they were run. We don't know how they were hidden.
Right.
Now, granted, they could all be secret, deeply classified, and so that's why we don't know. But I also think we have to consider that one of the most common things humans do, you and I do it probably all the time in our daily lives, is play the game of telephone, which is I talk to somebody who knows my brother-in-law, who works in the secret agency, who saw the alien bodies at Area 51. I have found in my reporting, in getting to know some of the leading people, particularly former government officials who really believe this, who again will say, I never saw it myself, that they have fallen victim to a little bit of a game of telephone that has gone on for decades. Sort of the water cooler talk, even at the CIA or at the Pentagon, where people hear these stories and they hear them from people that are quite credible. I mean, they have security clearances, they're entrusted with our nation's secrets. But, I do think there is an element of this, of sort of this echo chamber, if you will, that this is true and it's always been true and it's always been hidden. And I talk to the people who know about it, but yet we still haven't seen the goods. And, and people say, well, if it's secret, why would we see the goods, right? How would the government, bring itself to ever let us know? And my rejoinder to that is we get a lot of secrets that get leaked out of the government, tons of them, to the point where they put people in jail for the rest of their lives for leaking stuff. So if, there was this.
Not UFO stuff. Not UFO stuff. McKinnon, the guy who hacked the computers of the defense, was the only guy. So I don't know what he's talking about, Brian Bender. Nobody in ufology. I think what he's saying is that people have gone to jail for whistleblowing, but not UFOs. Isn't that weird? Isn't that just weird? I love this. I love this community.
This grand conspiracy to hide evidence, real evidence of alien life. Why have we not been able to figure it out? And why haven't we been able to see the evidence? I'm not ruling out that it's possible that has happened. Those programs did exist. There was a UFO crash. I'm just saying I'm just not convinced yet that that's the case, even though there's this whole sort of cultural phenomenon surrounding this that almost takes it as gospel.
Right.
We watch a lot of Hollywood movies that underscore.
Forget about the movies. He said enough. I get it. He's right. It's being glorified and it's taken as gospel, and it really everything that has been talked about by any whistleblower has never been 100% recently. I'm talking about the whistleblowers of today. There hasn't been any evidence to come forward. That's weird, isn't it? So, who's whistleblowing who? Let's not forget that money is the root of all evil. It is the mover and shaker of the whistleblower world. Believe me or not, money can change somebody. Let's say they offered David Grush to not go forward with, I'm just throwing out a hypothetical, to not go forward with what he knows. Let's say he knows everything, right? Would it be too far-fetched for me to think that they may have offered him $5 billion to not go public? Greer 20, 30 years ago supposedly was offered $2 billion to shut up about UFOs and aliens. How'd that work out for him? I would have taken the money, bro. Because Greer, although one of the biggest people in the whistleblowing community of all time, probably the biggest and the best at it, literally got nowhere. Got nowhere. 400 whistleblowers, 40 on stage, 40 in front of however many. Dorothy knows the numbers. It's crazy. She did the transcript for Greer back then. Something like that, right? Pretty amazing. And we have gotten nowhere. Unfortunately, days after Greer went public with his disclosure in 2001, 9/11 happened. Everybody forgot about Greer's disclosure. Damn it. It was almost like they planned it that way. Greer does bring up something really weird about that, though. He says they were, and I'm not, maybe the Cousins brothers probably know about this better than me, but from what I remember, Greer tried setting that up, trying to find a hall. And I think they wanted to do it in New York for some reason or another. And they had trouble finding a hall that they could rent out that was affordable and whatever. They kept getting pushed out and saying, oh, no, we don't have anything. Meanwhile, they were trying to do this way in advance. But every time, they thought they would get something set up, it fell through. And the only thing that was available was that day in 2001. And Greer, I'm pretty sure that's how the story went. And Greer always thought that maybe that was done that way on purpose. Or maybe I came up with that idea. I don't know. But it's weird how that happened to them. Just nobody talked about it. Hell, I don't remember it. And I remember hearing about it, but I don't remember anything about it. Back then, I wasn't into UFOs like I am now. But I think that they could have set it up knowing 9/11 was going to happen, so we would all forget about what Greer did with the whistleblowers. I know that's a stretch, but could be the reason why. All right, I got to read you this. It's from Stephen Greenstreet, but it's pretty good. Former Pentagon UFO Office Director Sean Kirkpatrick tells me his final UFO report will probably be released to the public before the State of the Union on March 7th. Kirkpatrick's long-anticipated AARO report will supposedly include an analysis of UFO cases dating back to the 40s, including Roswell. But apparently the most shocking thing revealed in the new report will be a breakdown of how a small group of religious UFO activists have infiltrated the U.S. government and influenced Congress to hunt aliens that aren't there. The report goes through everything to a high level of detail, Kirkpatrick previously told Peter Bergenschen or CNN or something. It all goes back to the same core of people, he said. Amazing. For 18 months, Kirkpatrick was the head of the Pentagon's AARO. After his retirement, Kirkpatrick released a scathing op-ed in which he revealed that a small group of UFO conspiracists have been duping Congress with baseless stories about aliens. He is 100% right. 100% right. Who do you think? Jeremy Corbell, Greer, Stratton, Christopher Mellon. Who else? Yeah, that's right. All of those guys. Of course. Oh, it's Kirkpatrick is so spot on. Jeremy Corbell, when he heard that op-ed, lost his freaking mind. Remember? Calling him non-American, calling him stupid, calling him names. An asshole, I think. Right? Because Jeremy knows what it's like to hear the truth. Right there, he heard it. And Jeremy is part of the people that spread the disinformation. I don't know why this is really hard to believe. It should be easy for everybody to believe. But there are those people who, God, I don't know for what reason, why they keep supporting these people. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. But I thought that read right there, and I can't wait for that AARO report by March 7th. Some good stuff going on. Some good stuff. It's getting a little exciting. Things are ramping up. All right, I'm told I must. Let's see. Oh, wow. We've got some good stuff to talk about. We're barely at the top of the next hour. So, on World War III on X, this is unbelievable to me. I just love ufology. Do you love ufology? The wisest man in the whole of Africa, Credo Mutwa, he revealed the most hidden secrets of our planet. The shaman stated that in Africa, the so-called Grees, Grees, have been dismembered, because of which they realized that they wear costumes. And then on the inside, they look like reptilians. Reptiles. This is good. Yeah, hold on. Let me get it. Oh, wow. This is 7 minutes. I can't do all that. Let me see if there's I think it's in English. Damn it, it's not in English. It's not even, the words are in their language too. But I want to show you these little things that they mention. These artifacts. He mentioned that if you happen to hurt any of the Greys or steal any artifact from them, you get a visit from the men in black. Non-human people. Yeah. He declared that these are servants of the Shatori reptilians. I'm just going to show you, and you'll listen to it. You won't understand a word. There's no text because it doesn't translate for some reason. But you can see these artifacts. And
Humanidad. Description of your
oh, I didn't know it was in English. All right.
abduction clearly is describing what has become known as the Greys, the grey figures with the big black eyes. How do you think they connect in with the openly reptilian? And do you think that the black covers of the eyes are covering?
See it up here? See it? Look at it. It's Men in Black, I think, non-human.
That the
Looks like he's wearing a three-piece suit or a nice sport jacket with a nice crisp white shirt.
black covers of the eyes are covering some kind of reptilian truth.
Say, the so-called gray aliens are actually the lackeys and the servants of the Chitaur. If you see,
I love this, man. Holding the little doll in its hand. I'd make voodoo doll of alien. I tickle it tiny. I'd make it laugh with joke up the poop chute.
a Chitaur and you
Many, many times. Why does it sound like Jaime Maussan?
see this, there is very little racial difference.
There's very little racial difference between these. Oh, see, mine is black. See? No racism here, my friend. I can't play any more of this. Shatari my ass. I got your sister's ass right here in English. Hey, it's time. It's top of the hour. That's right, kids. You know exactly what time it is. Realign the dishes.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I just do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO
community. That's your friend Lou. Your daily reminder. I'm not a ufologist. I'm not a UFO guy. I was forced into this position. They said if you don't do it, you're court-martialed. I'm paraphrasing. I think Lou got that position in ufology because he failed somebody. He did something very wrong and could have lost his job. This is my thoughts, my opinion, why he would say such a thing like this. You don't tell people you're not a ufologist. I didn't care. I don't want to be in it. But then we hear all these interviews where he goes around talking about how he was, you know, like a visionary and he could remote view and see the future and was telling all these people great things about themselves in the future, mind you. Yeah. He's a real good guy. This Lou Elizondo's the biggest shimonide in the whole planet. All right. Thank you to the average Chris today. Hey, let's see. What time is it? It is? All right. Let's take a look. Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, my. Is this now? Wait a second. How could that be? Here, hold on. Let's see if it's over here. Okay, here we go. I'm checking it out. I'm getting in. Here we go. 1 day ago. Oh, my God. Oh, what is this? All right, it's time. You know what time it is now, because it's 8:02. And always at the top of the hour, we try to bring you Third Phase of Moon video, or Into Thin Air, or Dark Hour, Paranormal, or Alien Girl, or somebody with some information. Check it out. Unidentified creature / craft captured in the sky and during Japan tsunami by Into Thin Air. That's I2TA, everybody, go. Bum, bum, bum.
My friends, welcome back. February 25th, 2024, and this is a very strange video. From what I gathered, originally posted right here on Reddit, and you can see on the title it was filmed on February 21st of what looks like a little fish darting through the water. Now, the fact that we're looking up towards the sky kind of rules that out, but could this also be something maybe attached to a web just kind of floating in the sky? We're going to take a closer look, and once you do, you start to realize that that might not be what this is. And in fact, there's something else that was filmed back in 2011 that may lead us to some answers. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to be any answers you thought you'd come to, because back in 2011, a famous video was captured during the Japan tsunami, where many people believe that an unknown creature of some sort, whether from this earth or not, was captured on video during the tsunami, as you could see here. These clips have been out there forever and are super famous, based on the fact that no one can explain what these things are and why they are seemingly moving with intelligence. Sharp angles.
Yeah, we played that here.
And then you compare it to this video of this object darting all around the sky, and it's very hard to not compare these two. Specifically the jagged movements, the changes in direction. A few people have done different edits on this video. Here is one now with 3 different screens. And when you sit and actually watch this object, the idea of it being on some sort of web or it being a bug really starts to go away. Your senses really want to tell you this is something up there in the sky, and it very well could be. I'm not concluding either way, but I think it's very odd that we have both of these different objects caught at 2 different times that look very similar. Now, of course, I'm not concluding that this is some sort of alien being, but when you watch these 2 videos side by side and the object is focused on, it's almost as if these are the same exact things. And that's when the idea of maybe some sort of biological creature that we don't know about exists, and it's being caught on film more and more because pretty much everyone's got a camera in their hand. We absolutely can't rule out something way more simple like a bug on a web or something of that nature, but this video is definitely worth taking a second and third look at, just based off of the similarities of not just the Japan tsunami, but many other videos. All links to these original videos and sources will be linked in the info box. This way you can go verify the quality, but very quick, I want to look at some of the movements this thing makes. And we're also going to notice that it passes behind all these branches. It's never
paused these, but that is a great answer right there. Downplaying these type of videos is not going to magically disappear. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Boop.
in front of any of the branches, so we know this thing is out past the trees. And once we get to a certain spot, I'm going to hit play, and you're going to see it pass right behind a branch, right about here. I'm going to hit play. We got the orb right in this area, and here we go. Take a look at this. It's odd because it has smooth movements, but they're also jagged at the same time, almost as if it's scoping out the area, like an animal would do. It just hits your senses in a different way. I can't help but shake that.
I'll give my analysis after.
That feeling of something biological rather than some sort of craft. Maybe it's both, maybe it's neither. That is the exciting part about all of this. I would love to see what you all come up with when it comes to this information. As always, my friends, leave your thoughts below. Tell me what you think about this capture. And if you have any videos you would like me to dissect or look at, all the contact information.
Into thin air, throwing it down. All right, we've got controversy already. This, in 2010 or 11, whenever this was very strange. These ghost images of whatever
Moving with intelligence
came out of the water seemingly and was darting around. Somebody tried telling me that this is the result of something like a can with pressure, like maybe an oxygen tank that got smashed, and we're seeing the you know what I mean? Like you're seeing the gas come out. No, I'm not sure.
Sharp angles, climbing over things, and then you compare it to this.
You see, that does not look like, to me, like that is some sort of toxic gas coming out of a can, out of the water. It got crushed and it popped up here and the wind took it down there and it... No. Thank you, but sorry, Mr. Government Debunker, who never debunked correctly.
Video of this object darting all...
Okay, so this thing darting around? Let's take a look. Trying to make... What he's saying is that it's moving around similarly to what came out of the water, but I think this is different.
Senses really want to tell you this is something up there in the sky, and it very well could be. I'm not concluding either way, but I think it's very odd that we have both of these different objects.
So, I don't know if people know, but there are spiders that spin a web, just like Neil deGrasse Tyson would say it, just like a spider spins its web. This type of spider can spin it out both directions, and it will take off in the wind. So now you have not only a spider web, but you have the spider attached to it in a 30-mile-an-hour windstorm. He's a flying spider. And that's what we have here. It may be a spider attached to a branch at the top of the tree. And we're seeing it move around, being in a breeze. Somebody told me when I was a student about Occam's razor. Do you know what Occam's razor is? Occam's razor is... Hold on. Go ahead. Occam's razor? Occam's razor is the most likely explanation is the answer. It might be. It might be what we have here. What we have here is a failure to see straight.
Objects caught at two different times.
See, I think this is a spider with the web. It's close to the tree, and I don't know. But I don't see ship.
Very similar. Now, of course, I'm not concluding that this is some sort of alien being, but when you watch these two videos side by side and the object is focused on its...
Notice how the object is staying near its branch. It's because it doesn't... it grasps the things that come by in its web. And it takes it home because he's staying nearby the branch.
It's almost as if these are the same exact things. And that's when the idea of maybe some sort of biological creature that we don't know about exists.
And the only reason I've come to this conclusion is not with my eyes, but over 20,000 hours of reality, looking through the camera, seeing similar things. So when you have somebody like me who's saying, oh, it's a spider and it's spinning its web, and the only reason I'm saying that and thinking that, not because I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson tell me about it, but because I've recorded similar stuff. Many a night, many a day, a spider will be there. Oh, yay. In Arizona, I captured a spider web on a light post about 150 yards away. A street corner. When I first took a glimpse at it and recorded it, I thought I was seeing behind the spider web, thinking that I saw a ship in the sky. Because the web was just riding the breeze of the night. And it was just 3 rows of webs, which looked like lights in the sky because the light from the lamp above was shining down on the dewy spider web. I thought there was a ship on the mountain in the background until it moved. Now, what I could have done, I could have posted that video and not said a word. And everybody would have thought, oh my God, he captured a mothership on the side of or in the sky or on the mountain, whatever. Wow. But I didn't. I showed the whole thing. But I did a little test. People were mad. It was a 2-part test. First part, on a Monday, I showed just what I wanted them to see. And all my friends were like, dude, that's amazing. I can't believe it. I'm like, you really think so? It's a ship? Yeah, it's a ship. Well, it started going viral. And I like in chat rooms, like above Top Secret. That's where we used to go to talk about stuff. That's where I used to go anyway. A lot of people did. And it was blowing up and people were going crazy. Then when I came out with part 2 and I said, look, I was testing everybody. I said it was a test. I told you it's a test. I wasn't faking it. Here's part 2. Now you know why. It's a spider web. But that's how people fake stuff and get away with it. But I got a lot of respect from that chat. Those people at Above Top Secret. No, they said. Don't get mad at Rich. From what I've seen, he did the test. You failed. He said it was a test. Part 2 will be out tomorrow. He puts it out there. And you guys are mad that because you thought it was a big mothership? Come on. I was surprised, man. You guys have to be, well, nowadays, people, you guys are unbelievable when it comes to telling the truth. Let me tell you that. There ain't no shy in anybody. Everybody here is going to tell you what they think. Those days of wishy-washy game playing stuff are over. People nowadays don't have time. They don't want to be bothered with the games. Oh, you're testing me? Screw you. Click. Done. Don't do Jeremy Corbell in 2024. You will be canceled. You should be. There's a few people out there who should be canceled today. Today, and they're still out there. It's embarrassing. But I think this is a spider on a web looking for food. It's out of focus. It's hard to tell. But take another look. Tell me if you think this is really an alien ship.
exists, and it's being caught on film more and more.
Very cool
because
movement.
Pretty much everyone's got a camera in their hand. We absolutely can't rule out something way more simple like a bug on a web or something of that nature, but this video is definitely worth taking a second and third look at, just based off of the similarities of not just the Japan tsunami, but many other videos. All links to these original videos and sources will be linked in the info box. This way you can go verify the quality, but very quick, I want to look at some of the movements this thing makes. And we're also going to notice that it passes behind all these branches. It's never in front of any of the branches, so we know this thing is out past the trees. And once we get to a certain spot, I'm going to hit play, and you're going to see it pass right behind a branch, right about here. I'm going to hit play. We got the orb right in this area, and here we go. Take a look at this. It's odd because it has smooth movements, but they're also jagged at the same time, almost as if it's scoping out the area, like an animal would do. It just hits your senses in a different way.
Did you see what just crossed in front of the lens? Watch. It's going to come from the top and go down super fast. Watch.
Like an animal would do. It just hits your senses.
There's particulates in the air. And wherever this is, I believe there's either a field out here or a lot of trees or something. And that's all this is. This is particulates. This could even be, believe it or not, dust. I know. And this here could be a really tiny, tiny gnat. Out of focus, reflecting the sun. I've got hundreds, maybe 100,000s of these on video. We all do. We see them. Sometimes they just act strange. They ride the wind. They're very light. And it could be just a little tiny piece of a plant. You just don't know. But whatever it is, it's not that big. It's probably no bigger than a grain of sand. Maybe 2 grains. Yeah. Maybe 3. Yeah.
Just hits your senses in a different
Oh, there was the one that just shot in front of the lens. Watch.
It's your senses in a different way. I can't help but shake that feeling of something biological rather than some sort of craft.
There
Maybe
you
it's
go.
Both, maybe it's neither. That is the exciting part about all of this. I would love to see what you all come up with when it comes to this information. As always, my friends,
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There seemed to be a tail, but it wasn't. It was the pixelation, a ghost image from the camera trying to do its job, focus with digital capabilities. What? Don't like that? You don't like my Neil deGrasse Holt Tyson? Too bad. Oh shit, I was supposed to play this. Damn it. All right. The danger of UFOs is not what you think. Our psychological response to the unfamiliar holds the real threat. And this is from Eric Hazeltine, PhD. He says, I knew an intelligence officer who decades ago returned from the field with strong evidence that an adversary might be employing extremely unorthodox techniques to mask their activities. When he presented his suspicions to superiors, the response was, keep your theories to yourself. That's so bizarre, the giggle factor will destroy your reputation. This giggle factor applied to any topic such as UFOs, ESP, or far out theories that were so far removed from normal experience that serious intelligence professionals would snicker at both the idea and whoever advanced the idea. Unbelievable, right? Psychological roots of the giggle factor. You ever wonder why that happened? Why people have to laugh? Why? Where'd that come from? A present-day example of the giggle factor surrounds the U.S. Defense Department's investigation into UFOs, now called UAPs. Despite establishing a formal office to investigate UAPs and encouraging DoD employees to report sightings without fear of the consequences, the reality is that Many officials working in national security, privately or not so privately, snicker at the possibility that UFOs are real, viewing anyone who takes this topic seriously as part of the tinfoil hat brigade. I learned this from conversations with current and former officials familiar with the Pentagon's UFO investigations while researching my new book, co-authored with Chris Gilbert, The New Science of UFOs, New Insights into an Old Mystery, now on paperback. One individual told me, yeah, the Pentagon set up the UAP investigation group, but it was all window dressing to get members of Congress who want answers about UFOs off their backs. Lou Elizondo, who led the Pentagon UAP investigations until 2017, said that he wanted to alert Secretary of Defense Mattis to flight safety and potential military hazards of UAPs, but the Praetorian Guard around the secrecy. Wait, hold on. Lou Elizondo wanted to alert Secretary of Defense Mattis to flight safety and potential military hazards of the UFOs, but the Praetorian Guard around the secretary wouldn't allow it. In frustration, Elizondo resigned and continued his investigation outside the government. Yeah, we know Lou Elizondo. It was in season 1, episode 4, the last 5 minutes, where he sits down, he says, with his higher ups and says, I want to investigate this. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, well, if I can investigate this, I can find out answers to that. He's talking about a UFO story or research he's doing, I guess. His higher up says, no, Lou, we can't do that. Why? Why can't we do it? I'm almost there. No, Lou, because they're demons. And we ain't going to let you get any closer than where you are now. So Lou Elizondo figured that was the end, and then he retires, right? Well, Elizondo and others who took UFOs seriously were not victims of a sinister cover-up or conspiracy, but a fundamental psychological need to believe we have control of our lives in the present and to predict what will happen to us in the future. Research on the roots of emotional stress demonstrates that feeling out of control in the present and uncertain about the future are two of the biggest drivers of chronic stress. So as a result, we unconsciously adjust our perception of events to remain inside a low stress comfort zone where we have at least the illusion of control and predictability of our fate. Thus, when presented evidence of uncontrollable or unpredictable changes to our lives, we tend to discount and even giggle at looming disruptions like climate change or UFOs or COVID and other circumstances far outside our normal experience. So that's what people do. UFOs, but deep down they go home and they want to research the shit out of it. UFOs and aliens. I just sat down with this guy Goofon tonight. He told me stuff about the military. I can't believe it. They go home, they research it, and they're like, oh my God, I had no idea that it's all a shmahad, it's all a psyop. And people will always scoff, laugh, giggle in mainstream media, on the news, whatever that is, and entertainment, politicians, politics. They're going to scoff, yell, it's a joke. They're going to laugh at us. They're all going to laugh at us. In this light, the Pentagon's persistent UFO giggle factor is simply the deep-seated desire most of us have to remain inside our comfort zone. And social pressure reinforces our tendency to discount improbable looming events, as no one wants to be labeled the boy who cried wolf or Chicken Little. That's true, guys. That's what Corbell does. That's what Corbell's doing. And that's why I'm amazed. We now have 9 Jeremy Corbell videos, stories, supposed evidence, whatever you want to call it. And everybody just accepts him for some reason. I don't see anybody really believing Jeremy Corbell. I don't. I don't see any positive anything other than people like weaponized with George there. By the way, speaking of which, I have maybe there's a rumor going around. You know that game Telephone? Well, I don't think George Knapp's going to be with Jeremy Corbell much longer. As a matter of fact, I don't think he'll make it to 25 with Corbell. I don't think he can stand this heat and all the negativity that Jeremy gets. No matter what they say, well, we've run our course, you know, that things take changes and Jeremy and I just going our different ways right now. I wish him all the best. Oh, I wish George, he's my mentor. I love him. No, we just went our separate ways. George has things, he has projects he wants to do. I have stuff I want to do. That's all. I got to be honest with you. The guy's, he's really vocal, you know, and some of those videos that he puts out are just downright goofy, which is why you don't see my name on them. But I can't believe George would say that. I offered to put his name on there. He denied it. Yeah, no, I have nothing to do with those shitty videos. Now, Jeremy, you know, he's a nice kid. He's gonna go places, and he's made a name for himself in this community. Best of luck. What did I do, George? Hey, kid, good luck to you. It was fun while it lasted. Not. But I took you to Congress and front row, and hey, kid, I did that, kid. You had the illusion. Everything that was going on was all me, kid. You're welcome. Oh, what are you crying? Oh, you poor little baby Jeremy. Hey, kid, I had your plans. I had plans since the day I laid eyes on you, kid. But I thought that you were special, George. You were my mentor. Part 2 tomorrow. As Jeremy turns, George whistles. All right, next. I gotta play this. It says, play this stupidity. Friendly reminder that a effing sitting member of Congress literally just said this. I wouldn't call them aliens. I really like what Grush calls them. He says they're interdimensional beings. Anna Paulina Luna on UAPs. Don't they understand that UAPs is the government term? That's not the new term. That's what the government calls UAP. That's what they call UFOs, to not get confused with civilian sightings. They use UAP for government sightings only. We call them UFOs for civilians. Plus, it's much better. It's cooler to say UFOs. You got to listen to this. I'm sorry for this. I really am.
Tell me about your own, you've heard about the UAPs, UFOs.
Yeah.
So okay, tell us about that.
So I got Men in Blacked. I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's crazy. But ultimately what happened is, being a member of Oversight, we follow up with whistleblowers, and we also can conduct our own investigations. So myself, Representative Burchett from Tennessee, and Representative Gates were on a small Codell to the Panhandle because a whistleblower came forward from Eglin Air Force Base pilots to Representative Gates' office saying that the Air Force was essentially covering up UAP activity and we needed to look into it. So we coordinated the meeting. Pentagon tried to initially cancel the first one. We got it back on the books. We show up there and we get in, and the base commander tried to basically tell us that we didn't have authorized clearance to look into and speak to some of the witnesses, of which you don't tell Congress that we don't have the authorized clearance, especially members of House Armed Services, Oversight, and Judiciary. So I kind of had it out with the base commander, which is kind of funny because this guy really thought that he had it going on, and he actually, in the middle of our meeting, he took off on leave.
First of all, that's not Men in Black. That's, I think, what she meant to say, the black man, right? I didn't hear anything that sounded like we were Men in Black. Yet there's 3 more minutes to play, and maybe she says it somewhere else. But so far, that's not being Men in Black. God, I hate this. I hope it gets better.
Which never happens with a delegation going to military base. But then also, too, we had pretty sure people from the agency that were there as well. And so you really don't find that. I've worked at Hurlburt Field. I worked in the military for a number of years. And so why would a intelligence agency need to be there on a meeting for whistleblowers? So that happened. I can tell you, based on my investigations, not in a classified setting, that I absolutely believe that there is things that are advanced technologies not of human origin.
No! It has nothing to do with that. See, this is what makes me embarrassed for people. All they're doing is messing with them. They're not going to hold them back. They can do what they were to go there and do. They could do it. This is just, what are the intimidation? That's all it is, intimidation tactics. Just ignore it. Go about your business as if they weren't there. Let them put hands on you. Let them illegally detain you in a public surrounding, especially who she is. And they've set it up and it's ready to go. What I'm hearing here is just the government being dicks. And they're doing this on purpose to deter them to talk to the whistleblowers. I bet you the whistleblowers are sitting there in the other room waiting, or they were told that it was canceled and they're not even there. Who knows? We'll find out in the next 2 minutes.
And then we conducted the interview with David Grush. As you saw,
Oh,
it
there
was
you
one
go.
of the most widely attended congressional hearings in U.S. history. The information that was brought forward was particularly alarming because you're hearing about people that have potentially been murdered and covering up this information, and it was very interesting. So I advise everyone to watch it.
Yeah.
Nobody, and I mean, I don't know for 100%. I don't know 100%, but nobody was murdered for the things David Grush talked about. Because everything Grush talked about is all the fantasy land, imaginary stuff nobody can prove, right? So it's so convoluted. It really is a psyop, isn't it? It really is. This whole thing is just about money for the defense. That's it. Or the black budget, or wherever they want to take the money and put it. It's bullshit.
Was it, so based off what, and have you received classified information or just what they said?
No, yeah, we've, but I can't talk about
Of
that.
course you can't talk about it. So what did you, before you came to Congress, did you think aliens were real?
So I wouldn't call them aliens. I really like what Grush calls it. He says that they're interdimensional beings, and he's very specific
What
about
does that mean?
I think it means that
That's alien. Interdimensional beings are alien. Well, not if they're living in the same time or in the same reality, Rich. No, gosh, please. If they're indigenous to the planet, okay. We don't know that. We don't. We only know what they're telling us and what supposed people who were abducted tell us. And I got to be honest, I don't know. I think they're from here. If they are here, if they are from here, could they be interdimensional? Maybe they're not interdimensional. Maybe they appear interdimensional. Maybe they're just cloaking. See, I would believe that they're cloaking, and their cloaking is good. Like, it doesn't look like ours. It looks good. I don't know, but she said we don't call them aliens. I'd call them interdimensional beings, and that's where we left it.
They're not necessarily a biological entity from another planet per se.
Interesting.
Oh shit, that's what I just said. Oh.
What I will say is, I share a Christian perspective on many things. And what's been interesting about this is the amount of stigma that existed previously to this cycle. But we have such a bipartisan push for transparency on this topic that they can't necessarily hide it. It has been interesting to see
And you have to answer everything with a question, because if you don't, then you're not in your 20s. So I have to make believe I'm still in my 20s and talk like I'm in my 20s. Why do they do that? It's part of growing up, I guess.
this cycle, but we
See,
have stigma that existed previously to this cycle.
it's not a question. To this cycle?
But we have such a bipartisan push for transparency on this topic that they can't necessarily hide it.
They can't necessarily hide it.
It has been
This is Congress. This is our Congress. These are the people in ufology in Congress. Somebody help! Somebody help!
interesting to see the levels of things that come up. Oh, there's no authorized clearance. You don't have the read-in authority for this, that, and the other. Well, if Congress is writing the bills to fund these programs, yet we don't have authorized access and oversight into it, then that's not necessarily something that happens in a free country, right? So we continue to push. But, I mean, it's been very interesting to see some of the stuff that's come up.
Like what? Hopefully he follows up.
Before you learned, did you did you think it was going to be completely different than what you learned? Was it
No, I had some.
He had a follow-up right there, and he didn't. All of this guy cared about was the next question.
Some suspicions leading up into it.
Unbelievable.
When I was stationed at Portland Air.
Terrible reporting. I'm not interested anymore. Terrible. She says, oh, you wouldn't, I'm paraphrasing, but you wouldn't believe the things that I've seen. And he's like, so in 1977, it's like, dude, what do you ask? Follow up. That's like the best part of the conversation. And he's like, yeah, well, let's see what else I got on my card. God, it's just bad journalism. How do you not know to follow up when she says that? I've only have so many questions I could ask. Yeah, but you eliminate the boring and you talk about the stuff that's exciting. Makes me so mad. We could have heard some good stuff come out of her. Yesterday was the members show. So I know many of you didn't see it because you're not members. So I want to play something from that show today. But I want to show you this first. This post by King Milkfart from Chupacabra. These are people that are popular in the UFO community on X, which is why I bring it up. From Skyfart News, of all places. I can't believe I'm going to be 56 saying Skyfart News. So Chupacabra says, UAP insiders, like Lou Elizondo and his friends, are different words, and radicalizing them by telling them that the world is going to end in a few years. They then recruit them by telling them they're psychic. UAP activism is a death cult. That's not far from the truth, Chupacabra. Not far at all. Because that's what I've heard Lou is doing. Lou is going in, making friends with people like influencers. Like let's go back to when he wanted to go and be friends with Fessler. That was to get back at me and Third Phase and anybody else that was related to Goofon. That's why Fessler fake friended me. It was all part of a way to find out what you think about Lou. Well, I say it here all the time. What do you think they're doing? What do I think they're doing? Well, 2 years ago was different than what I know now. That's for sure. It's always been about money. But that's what Lou does. He goes to people that are desperate to get their channels started up and finds out they're in the military or were. And there's the connection. That's all Lou needs. Right? So he goes to these shitty podcasts and makes believe they're friends. Right? Now Lou has 2 or 3 of these channels. And Lou goes on those channels and it grows. And they grow quicker than all of us. Right? Because Lou's going on. You're going to get about 700 to 1,000 subscribers. You know, if you have a good interview. Maybe 300, 400, whatever it is. It was a lot because Lou was hot back then. That's how Lou Reviews built his whole channel. It was all because he had Lou on there. I mean, there's no way because he's not doing those numbers now. You know, not the same. You're either good or you're not. And he's not. So they recruit these people, get them pumped up, give their channel a boost. Now, Lou has lifelong companions, brethren. We're all in the military. We're all in this together. We're got to go against the people that don't believe me. You've got to take down Third Phase. You got to take down Goofon. You got to take down Greer. You got to take down this. You got to take down that. And you guys got to do it like this. And then Lou would change who he was with fake accounts and then come back and say, hey, I thought I saw Lou was here. He's a really cool guy. I'm in the military too. Well, what's your name? My name's Jeffrey, but my friends in the military call me Go Get-ems. I don't. Hey, Go Get-ems. Well, you can just call me Lou. I mean, Go Get-ems. Yeah, that's it. And then Lou would find out what these people were saying about him behind his back. So Lou would fake another account, go back to Fessler's show, and talk about himself to find out what they say behind him, behind his own back, in front of his face. It's amazing what he did. He probably did it with me. He probably did it with all of us. We didn't know. I told the truth. I said, the guy's a shady shithead. What else you want? He lies. He doesn't give a shit about UFOs. He never wanted to be a UFO guy. He's not a UFO guy. He was put into the role. He didn't want it. Anyway, that's what they were talking about. It's amazing. It really is. I mean, prove it again. We need to realign the dishes. Here we go. We're realigning. He didn't want this.
The Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO
community. Got it. I know. You'll get sick of it, but you're never going to forget it. You're never going to forget it. Disclosure process. Listen to this. For the foreseeable future. Those asking for proof or bodies need to find a new hobby for the next 5 years. Then come back and let us mess with you another 5 years. then take another short stint at the mental hospital. Go get checked out. Make sure who will what? I can't read this. Doesn't make sense. It says, get out, check back in with Davis, who will direct you to Nell, assuming both are still alive, who will tell you it's right around the corner, disclosure, but to be sure to drop off your donations at SOL because Nolan is still trying to build that pesky materials analyst machine so we can finally get the spaceship TTSA promised 20 years ago started. For one out of the UFO homies that are no longer fighting the good fight, it's damn shame they couldn't hang on. Disclosure is just around the corner, maybe next year. Rinse and repeat. That's all, folks. Carrot on a stick trick when we need is a rabbit out of the hat trick. Elizondo said in his interview Sunday with Knapp that people are asking for proof of bodies. Need to find a new hobby, is what Lou said. Take 5 years off, then check back in. What a dick. What a dick. Here's another thing, Lou. What is this here? You know, look, I hate to say it, but you got to get realistic, okay? You know, I've said from day one, this whole effort, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you don't have the stomach for it, look, my recommendation to you is to check out for 5 years, then go pick back up. Then he says, Lou, get a hobby. Go play the violin. Go learn to play the piano. And then in 5 years, come back and check in. Because it's not going to happen overnight. But if you look in just the last 4 years of how things then it cuts off right there. Of how far we've come. Oh, here it is. We've really come a long, long way. No, we haven't. We haven't. We haven't. I'm sorry, we haven't. We haven't gone anywhere. We just spun. That's it. We just spun our tires. It's true. Just like those 5 stupid observables that Lou talks about. Right? What are they? Hypersonic speed. They have to have what? Erratic movement. The ability to fly without wings. Go through things, right? That's 4. Stupid. Really. Stupid. You know, but if I was on the outside, like just a regular Joe Smo, never investigated, researched anything, I would think that the UFOs are coming. I would think that. I would. I would think that UFOs are on the way. I would believe the government is covering it up. I would believe there's evidence. I would believe it. I would believe it all. As a matter of fact, we know UFOs exist. Who cares? We know. Big deal. Got it. One thing we don't know is where they come from. For eons, the indigenous called them sky people. Why? They came from the sky, but did they come from beyond? You know, they may be from here. Maybe they were in Antarctica living in that nice area that we're not allowed to go to, you know, that's pretty normal, like Jersey. Jersey. It's like Florida over there. Right? What if they live over there and we're not allowed to go there for a lot of reasons? I believe safety is one of them. It's a snow desert. But what if there really are aliens living over there? They wouldn't be aliens, but wouldn't that be great? And every now and then they get in their cars, their UFOs, and they fly over and check us out. That's what it is. And it's probably pesky teenagers. And you know what they do? They take mom and dad's UFO out and they go, look, there's small people just like us. And they go to a school in their UFO. And they go, let's mess with them and tell them we're from the future. And that if they keep playing with their technology, they're going to wipe us all out. Because realistically, if we do mess up Earth, we do mess it up for the aliens too. It's imperative that we do not launch or the aliens will do nothing. They'll die too. Probably not. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's it. They take their UFOs and they go, hey, let's tell these kids, huh? Watch this, watch this. Technology in the future. You're going to kill your humans. You're going to take... And then they walk away and get in their UFO and bleep out. That's exact. We would do it to them. I would. If we had a way to fly to another civilization that doesn't know we exist and show up in the sky as a joke just to watch them and then read their newspapers and watch their internet the next day. And then they got pictures and you're like, that's my car. That's my UFO. I can't believe that's my UFO. They're calling it a sports model. They stole that. You stole that from me. And I want it back. And that Billy Meyer guy, I tell you, he's got more pictures of our stuff. I know it doesn't look real, but oh, it's real. That's what's going on. It's just jokes. So one of the biggest scumbags in the history of ufology is going on Coast to Coast AM. Rob Heatherly. He already did. Rob Heatherly was the guy who was the co-host with The Fist and said he wanted to fight me when I put out the challenge to Lou Elizondo to do a promotional thing if he wants to take me out behind the house, behind the barn, whatever. Remember that? And then Rob Heatherly wrote down in there, I'll challenge you since Lou isn't going to reply. And I said, name a place and we'll do it for charity. And we'll name it, give me a place and a time. And he wouldn't. And he backed down, just like I knew he would. And that guy, Rob Heatherly, is the biggest scumbag. He went around doxing people under Lou Elizondo's orders, doing all that shit. I don't even want to get into it, but he's a piece of shit. I can't say shit more. There's not enough of it to put on top of her, him, whatever. He does have boobs. He does. He's got man boobs. I'm sorry. Maybe he used to be in shape, but he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be making threats like that. Hey, Lunar Sparkles. There's no way. In 30 seconds, he would be flopping around on his breasts. What do you say there? Stardust, how you doing? Mike/Denmark. That's right. Moobs. I love that. They're moobs. How did I never know about to call it moobs? Man boobs. Moobs. Thank you. You just made my day. That was funny. See? It doesn't take much for us guys to be happy. You know? Just a little fart joke here or there. Little Elizondo never hurt anybody. Figuratively. And oh, I want you to watch this. Check this out. This is great. This is exactly what is happening in society today. But this lady's going to show us with her dog. This is what society's going through, and this is how it ends up for real. Check it out. If you haven't seen this, this is great.
I don't believe that my dog's a vegetarian, so I have this set up right now for you guys to see. We have this really gross It's like a beef, like dog food.
Dog's gonna love
and
that.
And then I have this delicious green salad. So I'm gonna bring her out and we're gonna see which one she likes.
This is a joke,
also,
right?
My dog is very healthy. She loves greens. She
No.
loves her salad. And
No,
I
she
don't
doesn't.
force her to eat her salad. It's what she likes. Come here. Come here. Okay. Okay, so this is Bonnie. She is my
He's gonna film.
little
Come on, Bonnie.
vegetarian.
Eat the meat.
Okay. Now, no, don't eat that. No. Eat that salad. Look, salad.
My dog's a vegetarian by choice. No. My kid thinks that they're... No.
No, Bonnie,
No, you are making those decisions. Don't be a fool. You're living in La La Land. I think this has to be satire.
It seems like it, but I believe that really happened. That's the world we live in right now. I can't get into all the identity stuff because it just gets me so angry. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll talk about things. But I want to say thank you for coming on tonight. Coming on? Oh, this guy. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. See, my alien is my black alien. It's green, but because of the green screen, it was black. Now he's definitely invisible. But when you put him by the shirt, see, for some reason it turns dark. Oh, because of the background. Oh, yeah, see. I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree or the sharpest knife in the shed. Drawer. Sharpest tool in the shed. Lightest bulb on the tree. No, lightest bulb. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll have to do it again. A little more truthology. Oh, truthology for ufology. For you. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. What do we do, Charlie? Winning. Thank you, Charlie Sheen. Charlie. Winning. Thank you. Appreciate that. And what do we say about Jeremy Corbell? Liar. Liar. All right. Thank you very much. Complete and utter bull. Hey. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a show. We'll have a show. I'll see you then. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Way to support the show. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Can still do it. All the links are in the show description. And all the videos I played that are YouTube, which there was only one of them, will be in the link description from Into Thin Air and others. Thank you, Into Thin Air. And tomorrow morning is Alien Girl 111 at 7 a.m. Get your morning coffee with Coffee and UFOs with AG, Starchild, Nikki Star. 7 a.m. We do 7 p.m. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, newcomers and veterans. You're the best. Appreciate you guys feeding that chat room a lot of love, too. Making it real in there. That's for sure. I've been reading, and my goodness. Some of the things you guys say in there are hilarious. I don't know why you guys don't have your own shows, but some of you guys deserve a microphone, that's for sure. Very good stuff. Some of the things you guys say in there are crazy. All right. Is that it? We're done? It is. All right. Well, take care. Be good to each other. Love thyself. Alien bless.
There's look at that thing. It's rotating. What? The sky is why it itself was treasured site in Christianity. There's look at this thing. It's rotating. What was in the skies of Israel, and why it itself was treasured site in Christianity.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody, and good morning. I have some footage here that I've been talking about for the last couple of years, and I was able to locate longer versions on a DVD that I made for distribution to other websites back in 2004 and 5 that wanted a look at a longer version. Now, I took out a lot of the boring stuff and all that, but I want to just let you know that this is from 2004. The clarity is what it is, and I did use a tripod, but the camera did not have an optical imaging stabilizer, so there are still some shaky points, but this is ufology. What would I be? What kind of skywatcher would I be if I didn't have any shake on my videos? This is part 1 of 2 parts because I'm just giving you a glimpse into the good stuff, but part 2 is the stuff I didn't discover until half a decade later, that there was other things happening in the video that you won't see unless I blow it up. This video, I didn't blow it up, but it's the DVD and I wanted to get it out there for you. So without further ado, this first video I'm going to show you, there's a couple of them. You're going to see what I call the first one, and I don't know what you're going to think, but I called this the pogo stick. You're going to see an object, a white dot, but this is a special dot. We don't like dots on Goof On, you know why. But this one does this. You see it go up, and it progressively goes higher with each bounce. And then it starts to move, stops, does a little more pogo stick, and then all of a sudden, well, you'll see. It's not that long. So let me give you the first one of 3 videos, maybe 2. But anyway, not that long. So here we go, and I'm going to pull it up. I am going to pull it up. There we go. I can be right here and watch. Here we go. Uncut for your pleasure.
You're on a tripod. Wow, it's moving. What a weird way to move.
Take a watch. Here we go. Slows down right there. Angus barks. Watch.
Wow.
I can't believe what I'm looking at because it's moving so weird. Even on the tripod, you can see it a little bit. There it goes. There it goes. It's weird, right? I'll play it one more time. You can see it. It's moving. It stopped, then it takes off. Now, is it a bug? I don't know. But it just, out of nowhere, takes off at an incredible speed. And I think that object is far out there too. I don't think it's right by the tree. Yeah, I think it's out there. Like, I'm just using the tree because I don't want to lose it. It's pretty cool though.
Wow.
Takes a little jump right there that got me excited. Watch this. It's gonna take off.
Wow, this is weird looking.
Boom. Slow-mo. Pretty cool. And boom. This one you see here, December 12th, is the UFO fleet. This sighting lasted, I believe, 27 minutes. They came from, well, I'm gonna say they appeared out of nowhere. I came outside. It was halftime in one of the football games I was watching, and I go outside. Now, the night before, I quit ufology. I said, that's enough for me. I'm done with this thing. All I do is get satellites and one little dot, you know, who nobody knows what anything is. And I have an attitude because up until this point, I see in Mexico, they're catching fleets and they're catching humanoids. And all I've gotten, well, I've gotten a couple of triangles at this time, but they're just 3 points of light traveling in the same direction. It could be satellites, just happen to be lit up at the same time. I don't know, but still cool. But I wanted something in the daytime. And that night, the night before, on December 11th, I said, hon, my ex-wife, I said, I'm done. I said, I don't see any constellations. You know, why don't they, what I said to my wife was, I'm done. I want to see a fleet of UFOs. All I do is get one at a time here and there in the daytime. Nothing. Why don't they, you know, show me a lot and like form the constellation of Orion or the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper, I said. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just wish it would happen. I wish it would happen. You know? What do they want from me? I'm out there every night. I'm out there 10 to 12 hours a day, sometimes 14 to 16 hours. I'm going nuts. No, I'm done, I told her. I plugged in for the last charge. I put it on the chair that was next to the door that goes outside. Now, the next day, I go outside, and out of habit, I look up. I went outside to water the plants during halftime of a football game. And the dog came out, and just instinctively, I looked up, and I saw something reflecting the sun. So I grabbed my camera and zoomed in on it, and I don't know what it was, but it was interesting, and I dismissed it as a balloon. And then I do one of these, and I scanned the sky because I saw that. I'm like, oh, maybe there's another one around. Well, as I'm looking up, I see pinpoints of light, you know, like appearing, but not in the same place, like around each other. So I immediately had the camera in my hand, and I zoomed in, and this is what you see. So I see these three, and they're moving from west to east. Now look at the day. That is 1 month and 2 days after the Nimitz incident. Am I getting a peekaboo of the Tic Tacs back in 2004 on December 12th? Now watch this middle one here. These two stay equidistant, but the one in the middle decides to, well, do its own thing. And the other two don't move, they stay equidistant. Now if it was windy and these were balloons, wouldn't they all be moving? You know, this isn't like they're miles apart from each other. They're only feet.
This is unfreaking believable.
I'll be quiet until I have to talk.
9, 10. Hey, Danny. I think you want to probably see this. Whoa. Oh, man. Honey. Holy crap. I've got all these objects appearing out of nowhere. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I'm so shaky right now. There, I got it. I got a couple of them. There's like 30 of them. Holy shit. Look at them all popping up. Holy shit, Danny. Unless somebody released a bunch of balloons and I'm just seeing them. This is unbelievable. Here, look in here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but there's like 30 of them. That's only 4 of what I see. And every time I look, there's more. That's the part I gotta get. I just watch these appear. Come on. Where's the rest of you?
This was edited for boringness, you know, just... This is pretty cool right here.
Oh man, I just saw one move. It just flew, took off.
This here is the Big Dipper or Little Dipper. It's upside down, but you can see it. And I walk away and just let it do its thing. So there it is. I mean, I'd like to see one right here, but I mean that's as close as there's also another one down here, I believe. But I'm gonna let it run. They stay in the same configuration except for that one in the middle again. Well, I don't know again. I don't know why I said that, but that one in the middle there moved. Now he's just chilling. But the other one stayed. They didn't change.
What if I told you right now I'm looking at 40 or 50 of them?
I called my friend Mike.
I've got 1, 2, 3.
Here's another
4,
batch
5
of
in
them.
the camera right now. That's all I could fit at one time. But, dude, it started off like 2, and then I kept staring because I thought I saw a third one, and the next thing you know, there was like 30 of them, and now there's maybe like 40 or 50 of them, and they're just popping up all over the place. But if this is balloons, who releases all these balloons?
Yeah, got one here, all the way down here, here, and 2 in the middle. Kind of looks like an airplane. You know, here's the center part, the wings, the nose, the tail. I don't know.
Balloons and being.
But this is pretty cool.
This geometrical design I just got.
Geometrical. Isn't it geometric?
Designs that look. This is just friggin' believable.
I caught it just as it's going over the
balloons,
house.
To be honest.
Oh. It's weird. It's probably balloons, but it looked like it was spinning. It looked like a football.
This is unbelievable. Look at that. It stopped moving. Right?
Yeah, it's not moving.
It hasn't moved
And now
at
they're
all.
both the same brightness.
Now they're both the same. This is unbelievable. Excuse me. I can't help it. I get excited when I see something like
That's awfully strange.
this. Can't be real.
2 orbs, like literally just hanging over Phoenix.
But they're not moving, man.
But they didn't move. They
Holy
stayed
crap,
there
this
for
is unreal.
several minutes.
Let's get in closer, see if we can see anything.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, it just could be radioactive rubble.
So I want to thank everybody for showing up this morning. Again, we're trying to do these morning videos Monday, Wednesday. Thank you for attending the bonus show. Now, it's off to live our lives for the rest of the day until tomorrow. We'll see you next time here on Goof On, everybody.